Hello, in this video we will go over how to grade an assignment in My Courses. To begin, go to the Grade Center and then click Needs Grading. This page will list any items that need to be graded. Click on the name of the person whose assignment you'd like to grade, and their attempt will come up. In the top right corner, you can click the 4 arrows button to make the interface larger so that it's easier to see. On the left side, you'll be able to see a student's submission as long as they submitted it as a Word document, PDF, or some other Microsoft Office file, such as a PowerPoint. As you read, you can add comments using the pencil and speech bubble button in the upper right corner. If I click on the pencil, I can scribble like a pencil would, and then I can use the little speech bubble to drop comments anywhere I want to throughout the document. You can remove any of these by clicking on them and then using the trash can button to remove them. Once you've made your annotations and you're ready to start entering grades and feedback, click in the box in the upper right corner where it says Attempt out of 100 or whatever points you set this assignment to be out of. If you're not using a rubric, you would just type in the grade that the student earned here. However, if you are using a rubric, you can click on the word rubric to open up a condensed version of your rubric where you can enter in what students earned per criteria, or you can click this square button to open it up in a new window. When you look at the rubric in a new window, you're able to click where on the criteria table a student has landed. You can also enter in feedback for each of your choices. At the bottom of the rubric, you'll see a raw total out of whatever points you chose, and you have the ability to override that number by typing in a new grade in this box. Click Save once you've finished entering in the grade through the rubric, and that number will be pulled in and entered into this box here. You can close the rubric view by scrolling down a little bit and then clicking Save Rubric. If you have enabled SafeAssign plagiarism detection, you can click on SafeAssign and the originality report should be available. Click View Originality Report to open it. This report will show, through highlights, where different text came from in a student's submission. This tool matches strings of text in a document against strings of text on the internet, so things can come from a lot of different places. If you click on something that's highlighted, you'll see where the match came from, what some of the original text was, and if you click the little arrow window button in the lower right corner, you can open up the website where the original text came from. If you'd like to review this report without considering this source, you can click Dismiss Match and it will unhighlight it. If there are multiple matches, you can continue to scroll through the document and click on the highlights to see where strings of text might have come from. It's important to note that this can detect similar strings of text, but it isn't an automatic detection of plagiarism. You should consult a student's citations and other information in the document to consider whether something is plagiarism or not. This simply helps you match up text that's in a document with some text that could also be found online. Returning here to the assignment grading interface, the last area that you can work on is the Feedback to Learner box. Here you would type in overall feedback that you want to appear next to the grade for the student. You can also use the Paperclip button if you'd like to attach a file back to the student. If you click the A button, it will open up a larger typing area if you'd like to type in more feedback to the student. You can also use the microphone button on this page to record an audio or video comment for the student. On this page, you can click the Start Recording button to start recording, and once the countdown finishes, whatever you're saying will be recorded and submitted to the student as part of your feedback. So, it's recording what I'm saying now, and then when I click Stop, it's going to let me listen back to what I've said, and if I'm happy with it, I can click Save and Exit and give my recording a name. Click Insert Recording, and it will add it as this little widget for the student to click on when they're reviewing their grade. Click Submit, and then, once you're done and you're happy with the grade and feedback you've given the student, click Submit again. This will submit the grade, and the student will be able to see your feedback on the My Grades page as long as you've made it visible through the Grade Center. If you'd ever like to revisit that submission, you can go to the Full Grade Center, find that student's grade for this assignment, click the down arrow next to the grade, and then open up the attempt date that you graded. When you click on Attempt, it will bring up the same interface that you were just looking at, and you'll be able to edit and change anything you'd like to. Additionally, you can click the little down arrow button to the right of the attachment if you'd like to download an annotated PDF version of the document that you graded and annotated on the left side of the screen. This can be useful if you need to archive or share students' work. If you make any changes to the grade or feedback, be sure to click Submit to ensure that it saves. In the event that a student submits something by accident, you can come in here, click the same down arrow button, go to View Grade Details, and you'll find a button to clear their attempt to the right of the grade. You would use this button if the student submits the wrong file or has some other reason for needing to resubmit.